Welcome to a video from thedigitallife.com. In this video we're going to look at this Acer Swift 5 laptop, and a very elegant device it is too. It's thin, light, touchscreen, Intel i7 processor, 8GB of RAM, 512GB SSD. So what we're going to do is have a look at the physicals of it on the outside, and then we'll have a look at what it's like with using it with Windows. So first thing I say, it's really light. I've got a Dell Yoga book which I use for doing as a tablet, and I thought this was light, but this is way lighter. 1.65 kilograms is official weight, but it feels very light. Perhaps it's the way it's balanced, especially without the power plugged in. It's very light. It's got a nice plastic feel to it. It's not metal, it's definitely plastic, but it has got this kind of matte finish and quite a nice look to it, and that these gold coloured keys matches the gold coloured bar on there as well. I'm not sure you can hear, there's a slight whistle coming from this, and that's the fans have kicked in from the i7 processor. I think it's doing an update at the moment, which is why that is. But so it's not silent, it has got fans in it, but then i7 processor, that is quite often the case. So it's got this nice gold finish with this sort of matte plastic gold hinge. Over here at the side we've got two USB 3 ports, USB-C port, which is really good, and a full-size HDMI port and power. And on this side we've got headphones and a Kensington lock. I think that's all the ports on it. So the screen here is 1920 by 1080, so compared to something like a Surface laptop, a lower screen res, and this is nearly the same price, although a Surface laptop at 800 quid won't get you the i7 version, you get the i5 version. The colour reproduction looks good, it's got nice clear colours on there. It's glossy, it's not picking up too much reflection on the camera here. Some people don't like glossy screens, some people do. I quite like the glossy screen, and that is a nice glossy screen, and it's touch as well. It's not a convertible, so that's as far back as you can go with that sort of flat angle, which is actually quite, some laptops won't even go back that far, so you can get it quite flat, but yeah, that's as far as you can get it on there. So I quite like the screen. It's not the highest resolution on the market, but it's nice and clear and crisp. Okay, what about the keyboard and trackpad? Well, the keyboard, there's a bit of sponginess there. You can see there's a bit of trouble there. Overall though, the keys are the island type, reasonable, no problem using that. It's probably not the best keyboard I use, but it's certainly by no means not the worst, and you could write anything you want on there, no problems with that. So the trackpad here supports 3 finger gestures, 4 finger gestures, and supports multi-touch like that. So good sized trackpad on there. So I mentioned this was the i7 processor with 8GB of RAM. Let's just check the hard drive. Yeah, it's a 256GB SSD, not the 512. So the price I mentioned before was for 512. There's various versions available. Of course, the great thing with having the SSD is you've no lag at all. You know, everything just fires up instantly as you expect with 8GB of RAM. Okay, so let's have a quick look at app performance. I'm not going to go too heavily into that. It's an i7 processor, 8GB of RAM and an SSD drive, so it's going to be very fast, snappy. The Office hasn't been installed on here, so see, Word fires up very quickly, and I think that's one of the good things about this laptop. It's really instant, so as soon as you click something it loads straight away. Everything is there in an instant. See, there's no lag or anything on this because those SSD drives and the combination RAM processor make everything very snappy. So I'm just going to quickly check to see whether this will run Windows Mixed Reality. There's an app from the store called Windows Mixed Reality PC Check, which you can use to check your machine before you buy a Windows Mixed Reality headset. So I've loaded this up now, and actually you can see that it passes most of the requirements. The only issue is the built-in graphics card, the Intel 620 onboard graphics card, integrated graphics card. What that means for this is Windows Mixed Reality will work, but you're not going to be able to push it with the highest frame rates with the sort of the high-end games. The actual Windows Mixed Reality environment will work. There's some features you won't get. You'll get 60 Hz refresh rate to 90. You can't do screen mirroring. There's a few limitations on it, and you can learn more about that on there, but it will work. So you've got a combination of a machine that's going to be a good business machine. It's great Office, Word. So yeah, you can probably play Windows Mixed Reality on there. It's not a gaming machine. You will be able to play games on here from the store, like Minecraft and the other store games. But really, I think this is a business machine, or a machine if someone wants to get some work done. It's got the i7 processor in there. It's going to be fast. You're going to be able to do Word, PowerPoint, Excel, all that kind of thing. Big Excel documents, no problem. Like I said, you can do a bit of casual gaming on there as well. It's light. I think that's probably one of the main things. It's very light. It's a little bit plasticky, but you can live with that for the benefit of the weight. You can hear the fan. Oh, the camera picked that up. So you can hear the fan. That is a little bit irritating. It keeps kicking in and out. Reminds me of the Surface Pro 3, but that's what you get for this light and small form factor. 800 quid. There's a lot of devices on the market for that. You couldn't get a Surface Book for that, or a Surface laptop for that price with this spec. So it's definitely worth looking at if you're interested in a business machine. So thanks for watching this video. You can find out more on thisLifestyle.com, at ISDixon on Twitter, and I'll see you on the next one.